Hello everyone, my name is Gracian, and this is Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Now, this is not the first time I've played this game on my channel, but I seem to go about 2 years in between each session, so it's been almost 2 years since I've launched this game on Steam, so it's been quite a while now. I recognize a lot of these faces, a lot of these creatures down here. I remember these creatures, and some of them are named after people that watched one of my videos years ago and asked to be named in here, so let's see who we have real quick. We've got Midas, Danny, Mini Winnie, Blelemental. Oh yeah, this is my blood elemental, so she's a Blelemental. Here's Gracian. This is what I look like in real life. By the way, can you see the resemblance? Here's Dark Knight. Here's Dark Knight Rises. We have P, Bone Golem, Beepus, Scrunch, and Stepmom. Why? All right, Bone Golem needs a different name. Let's call this I'm gonna immediately name this one after Iratus, who's one of my most reverent and feverish watcher of my videos. Let's call this the Iratus Horror. There we go. Now, God, it's been a long time since I've played this game. So where are we in this game? We are in a new... Oh, no, we're at a boss fight. No, we're not at a boss fight. We're going through the exit to the next zone. So you can see I've beat the mines, the dwarf tunnels, and the mercenary barracks. So this is probably the fourth time now that I've recorded Iratus, Lord of the Dead for YouTube. People don't really super watch this series, but I really like this game. I think it's really fantastic, so we're gonna play it anyway. Let me take a look at what my teams do here. This is a magic, physical, ignition. Okay, you deal physical. So this is a damage team. Yeah, this team kills you with actual damage. And then I've got I think I have a spooky team too, but I don't know where they all are at the moment. Let's head into the graveyard. The arena is where people train for experience passively. Applies after a victory. So they get 10 flat experience and 40% of the experience needed for the current level. So it's always going to be good, but it's better earlier when they need less experience to level up. But that's really cool. And then we have here we go, the mortuary. This is where people heal after every battle. So these two are quite wounded. We'll have to see who these people are when we pull them out of here, which is quite exciting. Here's my statue where people are restoring my mana. Right. Library. These people are finding me experience for my character, myself, so I can get talent points. Obelisk. These guys are in here digging and producing souls. Abode of Wrath is giving me wrath at the beginning of battles. This is used for special powers. This is really cool. This makes me quite strong right off the bat. Dead Lake. These guys are trapped here digging up random crap out of the water after every battle. Excavation. They find random parts after battles. And Mortuary is for healing. Arenas for experience. Yeah. So quick recap. This game is about taking hordes of minions in through a Slay the Spire style. No. It's more like Darkest Dungeon, but this game is pretty old. It's not like it ripped off of Darkest Dungeon. So what you do is you take a team of minions. You've got front to back, like in Darkest Dungeon. You have different kinds of damage. There's physical damage, magical damage, and morale damage, and I really like the morale damage teams, but it looks like I used those recently and they're wounded. And then there's just a variety of other cool creatures you can unlock. There's all these different, like here's a horror, and this is a bone golem. You've got like these different kinds of banshees and wraiths and things like that can stress people out. And then what you do is when you want to make minions, you go to creation, and you click on the type of minion you want to make, and you can unlock all sorts of different ones. So let's say we wanted to make like a basic, just like a basic bride character. These do lots of single target high damage. So you would just take your parts. So let's see, this person needs a heart. Meat, heart, blood, and bone. So you've got different qualities of things. Like if we go to bones, we have mostly these gray ones, but then we've got these better quality ones here that would start her out with extra stat points, which is great. So let's see, what else do we have here? We have blood. Where's meat? Heart, we do need a heart, and then meat, or flesh, I guess. So you can see we don't have great options here. You used to be able to combine these into the next highest one, but then they kind of messed that up. Ooh, alchemy here. So we have, if you want to make specific items, like for instance, you know, if we want to make items that reduce critical damage received, you can make special items out of bones, and the higher quality bones you use, the better it's going to do. We have distillation, transformation of 3 parts, brains, or items into vigor. So this is if my characters are wounded, I could put things in here to heal them up a little faster, which I don't need right now. Calcination is the same thing, but for mana, because your mana carries over from battle to battle. So I could just put some different parts in here like this and turn it into 20 mana, for instance. I'm not going to bother. And then transmutation. This is convert 3 parts of any type into a new different part. The higher Iratus' level and part quality, the higher chance of getting uncommon part or better. This is the part where they really kind of messed up the game, in my opinion. I don't know if they've ever fixed this, but let's say I put bones. And let's say I put 3 common bones in here. I have a 54% chance of getting 1 common bone back. So this is only a 22.8% chance. So you'd expect me to have to do this 4 or 5 times to get 1 green bone out of here. It's really not good. I mean, this is really only for, like, if you have a ton of something, which I do in this case. So let's go ahead and try it once.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
Okay, so, of course, the game is going to prove me wrong by giving me a blue. But, so that's an amazing item. That's 14 additional stat points if we crafted a minion out of that one. But, you know, generally, as you saw in the chances there, it's not great. What else do we have a lot of? Hearts. Slap some hearts in there. I got another good one. Or that's a blue. I had a purple in the other one. There, see, I just got a green, a basic one back.
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Try it one more time. There we go. Yeah, so I'm getting some good ones in there. So that is a really good quality one. That's a purple quality. This was a purple quality. I'm just colorblind, so I can't tell the difference super easily. Let's put bones back in there again.
Behold my work.
It's gambling, but it sucks. It's even worse than regular gambling, but at least that's an option. I'll probably go through and do that some other time. So what we want to do now is we've got a team here. Let me actually turn down his voice volume because he's quite loud, actually, Iratus himself. The guy who did the voice acting for him is very talented, though, even though it's very over the top, but it's very fun. So we're going to select this team here, head into the exit, and now we're headed up to the, whatever this is, Catacombs? Buried just beneath the surface are the Catacombs, the dark secret of the Order. Here they train mages so that they can conduct sinister and dangerous experiments. It was always meant to stay a secret, but recent necromancer troubles have let knowledge of this place slip into the public. Making matters worse is that the mages were never expecting an attack from below, let alone that the attacker would be undead. The Grand Magister made his judgment. Instead of standing with the sorcerers, he sealed their tunnels and called back his paladins to the highest level in order to prepare a defense. The spellcasters would fend for themselves in the face of Iratus, where they would either prevail or buy the Grand Magister some time to muster his veteran knights for a decisive battle against the forces of liberated evil. So, if they had worked all together, they might have been able to stop me, but instead, this coward of a magister has pulled his paladins back, leaving these poor mages here alone, although it sounds like they're doing terrible experiments on people. So we've got our map that we can traverse. Now, is a rogue light? Yeah, this counts as a roguelite. So what we're going to do is pick our path. Now, this dungeon is enormous. I cannot believe how freaking big this dungeon is. It's almost not even worth trying to figure out where I want to go right now. This is crazy big. Yeah, we're just gonna pick an early path. So what do we need? This is health and mana. I don't need that. So let's just go. Well, we're gonna start with a battle actually. So this has got, what are these things anyway? Let's get in there. God, it's been so long since I've played. This is a great game. You know, it looks a little goofy. I will admit, it looks a slight bit goofy, but it doesn't play goofy. It plays really well. This guy has a charge forward, I believe. So let me remind myself what I can do. I have spells that I can cast. I've got a lot of spells here. I have potions as well. So let's take a look here. We've got living armor. This guy has a lot of defense. He doesn't take very much damage. Oops, I didn't really want to actually click. My bad. This guy has armor. Damage is reduced by the amount of armor the defender has. So these guys do not take much physical damage. This guy does not take much magical damage. So we got to find a magical damage source to hurt these guys. But they also have a block and a ward, which means the first time they're dealt physical damage is completely negated, and the first time they're dealt magical damage is completely negated. That's what block and ward is. So they're not very fast. These guys do decent damage. These guys do a lot more. These guys are constructs, so we cannot scare them, so we have to watch out for that. Do not take a fear team against these constructs. But this little guy here is pretty easy to kill with physical damage. So Midas can run forward and deal a bunch of damage. Is this too loud? This might be too loud. Ignition, dealing magic damage, and Curse, dealing stress damage. So that's not gonna... The Ignition's fine, but we don't want that against these constructs. Remove buffs. Iratus receives 18 spell power for 4 turns. I could do that. Because I know I have a basic Ignition. Yeah, so this is a very cheap way to get this ward off of this guy so he can be hit by magic damage. So let's do that.
Have a warm end, my friend.
So it completely negated it, but that was a cheap way to get rid of that. So now we can focus on damage. So we want to hit this guy. And that moves me up. I think my Blow Elemental heals on attack. Physical attack. This hits both. Do we have magical damage? Ignition. This is a special move. Sets the target on fire. It hits all of them. Until the battle ends. Dealing damage per turn. Dang. Any characters that attack the marked target receive magic damage. Okay. This team is cool because everybody in it sort of like shuffles back to the back and then dashes forward with different things. Let's go ahead and use this. Even though this guy will block it. There, so now they're on fire for the rest of the battle. Anybody that dies is gone forever, by the way. Let me turn the volume down again because it seems pretty loud to me. Let's turn the effects down a little bit. Okay, so back here we've got our Damp Ears. This is like a half vampire character. Physical attack and dashes forward, ignores armor and block. Magical attacks. Attacks 5 times, dealing a little bit of magic damage each time. So these guys have 0 protection from that. Puts a trap on the floor. Enemy inside the trap can't move and loses initiative. If you enter the trap, you receive damage. So let's just do... Well, this can hit anybody. So let's go ahead and hit this guy back here. So now you have an ability to move backwards. Yeah, this one here makes Iratus receive spell power. So I'm going to click on this one. So all these guys in this army here I have these like shuffling back and forth powers, which is super cool. Now this guy, Mini Winnie, is a beast at killing things in the back. There's an attack I have. Yeah, this one. Only hits the back one, but does a ton of damage. Now, okay, you can mod this so that it can affect the second to last target, but because there's no one in this back slot, there's no one, we can't use this, unfortunately. Otherwise, this is like an insta-kill on a lot of enemies. It's really, really strong. 20 luck, critical strength for 2 turns. So this is a way to buff all of my friends up a little bit. Crimson Chains, Wrath Eternal, and Crimson Chains. Where's the Crimson Chains? Attacking the Blood Phantasm receives Ignition that deals 20 true damage each turn for 3 turns. Damn. That's cool. This is physical damage, but it can't target the guy weak to physical damage. Let's do the buff then. Werewolf receives 20 luck. Other minions receive 10. Okay, so let's buff up the... Who does magic? This one. So that character had a ward. So this one's regenerating each turn. So I've got critical damage. I could use this again and continue increasing their Wrath Eternal. I think it stacks. It does stack. Yeah, see, they've got 2 stacks of Wrath Eternal. This one has 1. So let's see here. We've got Danny. Do we have a magical attack? So let's use that because we got to start getting rid of these golem guys here. I've got a lot of health actually.
My kingdom comes.
Nice. She got crits. Okay, Mini Winnie had a block. We've got more magic damage. Stress damage. Target enemy loses luck. If they escape, Iratus receives a vampire. Hail of Teeth. Target minion's next attack deals critical damage. Battle Eternal. All units recover 86 health. Holy crap. But this costs 75 mana, so this is like a emergency spell I can use to save all my units. That's really quite cool. So let's actually save our mana just in case. It's been so long since I played. I don't want to mess up and kill my own units. So we've got the buff. We've got the swing. Target loses all armor and resistance until the battle ends and ignores block. So let's get this one. Crit. So this guy now has, you can see down here, he's got 0 and 0. So he doesn't resist any kind of damage anymore. So we're looking for physical damage. I mean, magical damage. That would be a good one. It only costs me 3 mana to move him up. I'll go ahead and use this Ignite. So this guy's taking a lot of damage over time right now. He's got 12 true damage times 2 and 26 to 32 true damage for 3 turns. It's an Impaling Curse. Physical attack. Deals extra damage for each buff and debuff on the target. Oh, he had a block still, my bad. Ignores armor and block.
Take everything from those you defend.
So getting some damage in. She's a little wounded here. But now this guy here is dead. Ignition. This guy lost his armor, so let's just attack this one. Mini Winnie's in the back. Now, Mini Winnie heals, yeah, 20% vigor at the start of each turn. So Mini Winnie, as long as she doesn't die, she will stay alive forever. Attacks twice. Okay, now this one's going to burn out at the start of its turn because it only has 7 health. So let's just stab this guy. Oh, still alive.
This never gets old.
All right, there we go. Cool, and I got some stuff. I got a piece of light armor. Minions receive less damage for the first 2 turns of battle. That's interesting. Bunch of common parts. Took a lot of damage on this character, so that she's going to have to go and heal. Got a flask and some souls. How are we doing on time? So yeah, so that took a while because it's been a while, so I had to explain some stuff. So what we have here is these guys here have leveled up. We have Peepus, Peppa, and 2 Tower, 2 Power have been training in the arena. In the mortuary, we have Touchy and Tusif. Oh, this was Joseph, and he died, so I made another one, and it's Tusif. So these ones have been healing up. We got some mana from our statue, some experience from our, whatever this is, the library. It looks like we found an item from the docks. Wow, a chance that minions that are killed revive. That's pretty good. I found a heart from the graveyard, and I got some digger souls from the obelisk. Feeling good. Feeling really good about that. So let's head into the graveyard, head into the mortuary. So you guys are healed up now. You can go back to your team here of scary people. And then what we want to do is put the weakest of you guys into the mortuary. Probably this one, actually. Because Minnie Winnie heals on her own at the start of combat. So these guys are just leveling up because they were behind everybody else. See, these guys are level 13. So they're just gaining levels slowly. Looks like this guy is ready to come out. He's a tank, I think. So let's put Peepus in here. We've got all these horrible flesh golem things in here. Training up. Ugh. They're so gross and weird. Okay, so back to the Chamber of Iratus. So next time we fight, we can go in with these guys. I really need to go in and use all of these skill points and level ups and stuff, but it's pretty boring to watch, so I'll probably do it before I start recording. It looks like I also got enough points for a talent. I'm not sure what I was working on. Summons a basic Shade, Banshee, or Wraith until the end of battle. Spell power reduces mana spent. Oh yeah, that's an interesting skill. This is like, you know, if somebody dies in combat, you can spend 40 mana, or in this case 37, to get another like basic unit into the battle just to help you survive. And they could help, you know, your other units not die too. We've got Dispels we could learn. We have stress damage to all enemies. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at Alchemy. I really like having extra stuff. Iratus receives more mana. Minions receive 6 luck. See, that's just a crit chance. And this is I get spell power for using the calcination. That's really nice too. After using distillations, all minions deal 10% more damage and receive 10% less damage for 1 battle. Chance of receiving a brain at the end of a battle by 50%. Let's grab that one. Brains are... Okay, well, how do I explain what brains are? So if I look at like this level 11 character, if we go to brains, these level up minions instantly. So this person can't make use of a 3 because she's already a level 11. But for instance, I could drag a level 21 brain into her and it would make her level 21 instantly. So this is a way, as you make minions later on in the game, like if I go here and create a new minion, they're not going to pop out particularly high level. So that's what the brains are for, is you find brains as you fight so that you can catch up new minions really quickly. And you can also sort of decide like, you know, this guy doesn't need to be super strong, so I'm just going to use 12 brain, but I used all my really cool parts on this other guy, so I'm going to use the level 21 brain and make him as strong as possible. God, this is a fun game. And if you get some of the DLCs, which I did do just for fun, there's different little skins that you can have for each character like this, and I really think that really adds something to the game. Because you can sort of decide. I love that this guy's just a... Yeah, this is the base skin. And then you can make him look like a Like it's just an idiot in a ghost costume. I love that. So yeah, there's all sorts of cool skins and stuff, and there are some that were just like seasonal, but I did get them just because I think they're really fun to be able to show the different styles that your minions can have. I think that's really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna probably keep playing this game. I'll let me know in the comments how you feel about this. I may not go super long, although I tend to, when I record this game, I tend to play one entire like level of the dungeon, which is going to be like, I don't know, like 10 episodes or something. I don't remember. So let me know if you want to see this game, and if you don't, then I may upload these a little bit more slowly and put more Age of Wonders stuff out. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this so far. If you have, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Check out the link in my description for my Patreon if you want to support the channel and see me conquer more of the living, and I will see you in the next episode.